as voted upon by a panel of coaches, analysts, and casters. I'm IHOLDSHIFT with Breaking Point's top 20 challengers for Modern Warfare. Number 20, Vortex, Team War. One of the two remaining players from Team War's top 12 finish at COD Champs in Black Ops 4, Vortex rolled right into the Modern Warfare season, helping War to a third-place finish at the Minnesota opening launch event. Vortex and Team War would go on to win 11 of the 15 online Challengers events, including the EU Challengers Finals. Vortex is expected to continue playing alongside teammate Dave as the 21 Challenger season starts. Number 19, Exotic, 5-star. After an initial top 24 finish at Minnesota with Triumph Gaming, it wouldn't be long before Exotic started to get busy with namesake teammates Profizi and Goonjar in the online Challenger series. By the end of the year, Exotic and Goonjar would join forces with Parasite and upcoming talent Fire and Noisy, where he and 5-star would finish third at the NA Challengers Finals. Number 18, Parasite, 5-star. Former COD champion Parasite was literally Mr. Do-It-All during the Modern Warfare season, bouncing between the MP5 and the M4 and then being a loud advocate for the RAM at the end of the year. Parasite showcases flexibility at the highest level in the Challengers 20 season, boasting 11 top 4 finishes and a LAN victory at the Los Angeles home series. Parasite capped his year off with a third-place finish at the North American Challengers Finals and the highest average placing in North American Challengers at 4.67. Number 17, Detain, Singularity. Representing Singularity for the second straight year, Detain's SMG was a constant problem for teams throughout the Challenger season, both in EU and in NA. With a 2.84 average placement and finishing only 3 events outside of the top 3, Detain was able to successfully secure second place during the EU Challengers Finals. Detain will be playing alongside teammate Bids for the third straight year at the start of this Challenger season. Number 16, Harry, Team War. Otherwise known as Lucifer, Harry was the online season pickup for Team War after finding success with Team Elitist during the LAN events at Minnesota, London, and Paris. His addition as a flex led Team War to incredible placements where they would only finish outside of the top 2 a single time. Harry will be starting his 21 year playing alongside Hixie, Callum, and BB Connor, a majority reunion of the Elitist squad that started his Modern Warfare year. Number 15, Jimbo, Atlanta FaZe Academy. Jimbo joined the AF Academy team early on for the Atlanta Home Series, a tournament in which they found themselves victors over UIU in the finals. He would play the rest of the year out with AFA, where he helped the team finish the year with a first, second, and eventual 4th place finish at North American Challengers Finals. Jimbo will start the year continuing to play with Sib and is now joined by Phantoms and Rex. Number 14, Nasty, Connect 5. Started the year with Train Hard, transitioned to Team War, and then eventually being picked up by the London Royal Ravens as a sub, Nasty quickly took over the EU narrative early in the year. As a flex player, Nasty played the entirety of the Modern Warfare season alongside Mad Cat, Nolson, Weeman, and Lenny, where the team continually finished top 3 in both home series and Challengers Cups alike. Consistently so, they would end their season with a 3rd place finish at the EU Challengers Finals. Number 13, Diamondcon, Triumph. After narrowly missing out on the CWL World Championships in his first ever year competing during Black Ops 4, Diamondcon wasted no time making waves as one of the best main ARs in North American Challengers. Specifically, he exploded in the last weeks of the season after joining Triumph, in which he would be integral during the team's run to win the North American Championship Finals. To start Cold War, DC will be rejoining early Modern Warfare teammates in Noisy and Fame, while also being joined by DCN. Number 12, Fellow, Triumph. Fellow came into Modern Warfare boasting a lot of veteran experience and a chip on his shoulder after a disappointing finish to the Black Ops 4 year. As a dominant flex player, he and Triumph would start the Challenger season with a win at the Dallas home series, and during the final weeks, Fellow would continue to grind their way to an impressive North American Challengers win, topping off a great Challengers year. Fellow will continue to represent Triumph again at the start of the Cold War season. Number 11, Insight, Singularity. Another mainstay of Singularity over the past 2 years, Insight really stood out with his flexibility this year, moving around the main AR and flex roles continually to help cap an incredible year for himself in Singularity with continual top 3 finishes and a 2nd place placement during the EU Challengers Finals. Insight's impressions clearly extended well beyond the Challenger space, as this year he will be joining the Toronto Ultra roster as a substitute. Number 10, Bids, Singularity. Bids' rise to fame during Modern Warfare came at the hands of incredible MP5 gameplay throughout the entirety of the season in his 2nd straight year representing Singularity. Both in EU and NA, Bids impressed with his never-faltering consistency as he would secure 2nd at the EU Finals. Continuing to play with Singularity teammate Detain, Bids will be joined by Maple and Denza to start the season for Cold War. Number 9, Sib, Atlanta FaZe Academy. Modern Warfare was the first year that Sib was eligible to play on the competitive tiers of Call of Duty, and all eyes were on him as he entered into his first competition in Atlanta, and he did not disappoint whatsoever. After the success in Atlanta with aggressive MP5 play, Sib was quick to be signed on to the Atlanta FaZe Academy roster and has retained that representation as a substitute for Atlanta FaZe this year in Cold War. Number 8, Fire, 5-star. Another first-year competitor, Fire lived up to his name as he heated up, grinding his way from a top 32 finish in a late 1K series to a finals placement of 3rd. The Modern Warfare season was arguably picturesque for Fire, starting off playing with other young hopefuls, eventually being picked up by Get Busy alongside former CWL pros, to finishing off playing alongside perennial names like Parasite and Goonjar, in which the 5-star team would finish at least top 4 in the final 6 events of the season. Number 7, Chain, Singularity. Representing Singularity at the beginning of the Modern Warfare season, the SMG Slayer spent a handful of weeks idle before eventually getting back into competing alongside Connect 5 and then finishing as he rejoined Singularity for a 2nd place finish. Chain single-handedly was a catalyst for map wins across both the teams he represented during the Challengers year and came away as one of the hardest kills on the map in a lot of players' eyes. Number 6, Standy, Triumph. Although Standy wasn't in his first year competing, Modern Warfare will undoubtedly be the year that people will remember in Standy's career. He started the year with the top 16 finish at Minnesota before being picked up and playing out the rest of the year alongside Triumph. The Triumph SMG line was a consistent force to be reckoned with in North America, and it would ultimately be one of the main factors that led to Triumph's run for a Challengers win. He would be rejoining Royalty and Fellow alongside General under the Triumph banner early in the Cold War year. Number 5, Royalty, Triumph. In a lot of people's eyes, Royalty was the MVP from the North American Challengers Finals with clutch respawn plays and more ice than the state of Alaska during tense S&D moments. For Royalty, it only feels like a matter of time before the once CWL Pro returns to fame again, but to start this year, he'll be playing underneath the Triumph banner once again in the Challengers 21 season. Number 4, Afro, Team War. Modern Warfare was Afro's first year playing in competitive COD ranks, and it wasn't long before his potential was realized. After starting the season with a top 64 placing at Minnesota, he would quickly join Team War, in which he helped lead the team immediately to 7 wins in 8 events. This year, he will be playing alongside other up-and-coming talent Gizmo to start the season. Number 3, Pred, Renegades. The only APAC member to make the list, and deservedly so, Pred turned heads in Whiplash fashion as he quickly took over the region with his unreal SMG skill set. He and Renegades would not lose a single home series or Challengers Cup on the year and would ice the cake with a finals win during the APAC Challengers Finals. Pred will look to remain undefeated as he and Fido will be joined by Luca and Shox this year under the RNG banner. Number 2, Dave, Team War. Arguably, if not undeniably, the best AR in Challengers, Dave dominated the EU region right off the rip in 2020. Boasting a professional career that ages back to IW and a jawline that could save world hunger, Dave will stay alongside teammate Vortex and be joined by Nasty and Josh to start the 2021 Challengers season. Number 1, Hydra, Train Hard. Modern Warfare was the first official competitive year for Hydra, but with experience in the French scene dating back to IW, it felt like only a matter of time before the French phenom would take over in EU. Joining former French pro players, Train Hard routinely found their way to the top 4 week after week. This year, Hydra will be joining the New York Subliners and is assumed to be the most anticipated young talent in the CDL to start the season.